The old switcheroo had to pull out an old trick to be able to get some profits today on GLOB. I switched from going long to going short, and it worked perfectly in my direction. We'll talk about that today on Market Open Trading. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? It's Miguel here with Market Open Trading. Let's talk about the trades this morning. DRI and GLOB were a pain in the ass. Now, here, let me show you guys the trades from this morning here as I took them. So, DRI. Okay, so I called this one out this morning. I called DRI out this morning in the Facebook group. Not sure if some of you guys saw it. I think I posted up a screenshot like this. Now, kind of funny, I actually ended up taking a loss on DRI. It did not end up hitting my target. I ended up adding, moved my stop up, and I unfortunately ended up losing 60 bucks on it. Now, let's see here. I saw DRI. I had DRI, HRTX, and PDCO on my watch list. So if you guys are noticing that the watch list is getting smaller and smaller during the summer because a lot of the earnings they already came out. Earnings are basically done. There are a couple of companies that are kind of lagging behind. Maybe they post like adjusted earnings or just now posting earnings, which is, they're super late. But either way, so I had those three stocks, and right off the bat, I didn't really take anything. And you'll also notice that if you guys follow HRTX, PDCO, and DRI, if you guys are in the room, you'll notice that they all gapped up. So I'm obviously looking for a long. The market this morning has been red. It opened up flat, and right off the bat, it just started tanking. So DRI was consolidating, and I noticed that this triangle popped up. I went ahead and got long at 103 at 946. So to do right, probably somewhere in here. Yeah, so 946, I noticed that it popped up, and then my stop was actually going to be all the way down here at 101.50. So that's why I only took 75 shares. Now, I saw it pop down to 102.12, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to add over 103.20. But if you notice here, this candle just took off, and it skipped my order, and I did not get filled, unfortunately. So it was up here all the way up to 104.50. I left the order for a second, maybe just in case it dipped and came back down, but unfortunately it didn't, and it skipped me. So I ended up adding, let's see here, 30 minutes later. So it came up, hit 104.75. And it actually started coming all the way back down to 103. Now, at this point, I should have had my stop loss at break even, but I figured that DRI's got such a strong chart that, for sure this thing will go up. Nope. I actually ended up adding. It cracked below VWAP, and if you notice here, it actually came all the way down to 101.50, which was my original stop. Now, it did not actually trigger me out because this was a spike candle. So it came all the way down very quickly. It came all the way back up. So typically I'll only get out if it's a slow, gradual type of move because there's not a lot of volume behind it. If it could be a fat finger, it could have been a stop that could have been triggered, it could have been an accident, it could have just been one large order. You never know. So if there's not gradual movement coming behind it, I typically won't get out. I'll wait for the pullback, and that's what I actually ended up doing. So instead of getting out all the way down here at 101.50, what I waited for is the pullback, and I ended up getting out at 102.51. So I ended up losing $60 on that. My average on DRI was 103.11, so that's how I ended up losing 60 bucks. Now, if you notice, I got out at 10:44, which is this candle. Right after I sold my shares, it spiked back up over 103, hit 103.50, and then it started coming back. Now it's at 104.22. So that's what I mean was it's such a pain in the ass. Now look at this thing. It's coming back to 104.30. So I could have gotten out of break even. I most likely would have gotten out of break even. I would not have held it all the way up here just because the market direction is going against me. Now, the market's going against me. All I have are longs. Bad choice, right? So I should have taken it a little bit earlier. I should have been taken it up here at the 104.75 area, but I was actually waiting for at least 105. I wanted 1.5 risk to reward, and I should have set my stop loss at break even, especially with the market going in that direction, but I actually ended up adding. So that's not typically part of my strategy. I like to put my stop loss at break even, and if it kicks me out, then obviously I didn't have enough momentum for it to keep going, and I shouldn't really get back into it unless there's another setup. So that was DRI. I only ended up taking $60 loss instead of a $100 loss because I kept what's it called? I kept my cool when it spiked down real fast, and I was down, 100, 120, 130 bucks or something like that, and I waited for the pullback. Now, the next trade I took on GLOB, this long, was a pain as well. Now, I saw GLOB here. I think I saw it here. I saw GLOB here, and you'll notice here it's hit the top here about 3-4 times. So the top of this is 88. Okay, so the top of this is 56.94, 56.93, 56.94. So there's a top obviously here. So this qualifies here for a flat top breakout there, and I went ahead and got in. Oh, actually, hold on a second. There we go. So the top is here at 56.94. I got triggered in here at this candle. So GLOB 1058. So right here in this candle, look how pathetic of a breakout this thing was. It hit 57 and it just got rejected. A lot of the times when you have a flat top breakout, when you have multiple hits on a certain level, this thing will just explode. Doesn't matter if there is a whole number there or not. A lot of the times people will just get into it because it's had so much resistance. A lot of that resistance at times can just be a seller just sitting there that has a lot of shares that they want to get rid of. So typically what will happen is it'll hit, and then once it breaks, the seller is gone, it'll just take off. So this candle here is just completely pathetic. And during other times, maybe not summer because it's just so slow and low in volume, there's not a lot of continuation in the market. This thing didn't take off. A lot of the times you'll see it, there's actually a lot of examples in my course, you'll see it where it just pops and it goes and it never looks back. So unfortunately this ended up getting hanged up at the whole number here. And now my stop was, let's see here, it was 56.59. So I got kicked out. So I got triggered here at 56.95, so I didn't take any slippage. I got kicked out here at 56.58 10 minutes later. So I held it for about 10 minutes. You'll see here that this candle just kicked me. Now, I thought to myself, okay, there's a lot of resistance obviously at 57. There's a lot of resistance. Let's emphasize there's a lot of resistance sitting there at 57 in that 56.95-ish area. I feel very comfortable taking the trade, and I think if it goes below 56.50, people are just going to bail. They're going to say, oh crap, I don't think it's going to break. Let me just sell all my shares. So that's what ended up happening. I took 400 shares. My stop was going to be at 57, so I was actually risking $200 on that. And I told myself, okay, if it cracks that, I think it's going to go. And it did exactly that. So the old switcheroo, instead of from going long, I went short at 56.50, and my target was going to be down here near VWAP, volume weighted average price, which is the median price for the stock. I don't really want to get into too much detail of what VWAP is, but it's basically just the average price that people have paid to the stock with volume included into it. So if you'll notice here, I got short here at 56.54. And I covered immediately at 55.74 as it flushed down here near VWAP. And then the other 100 I covered at 55.66. So it's 11:30 already, and I kind of sat here for a while. I'm green on the day. Haven't really taken too many trades this week because the list has just been so short. And I'm going to go ahead and take the $173 and be done for the day. Now, I also wanted to tell you guys one more thing. If you guys are not in the group, or if you guys haven't seen any of my previous videos, I'm actually releasing a full course with my A to Z, every single strategy. Well, actually, not every single strategy, because this is actually not included in it. It's my go-to plays, basically. It has, I believe it's like 8 different patterns on it. All the criterias, I walk you through choosing brokers, the criterias for it, all the way up to live examples for reading level 2, time and sales, and all of that. I believe it's 6 hours. There is 16 different topics with a lot of other bonus footage. There's live videos. Also, my swing trading strategy is included as well. Also, there is weekly meetings, so we'll actually go into a mentoring session with the people that are currently in the group. They have their own private group and all of that. So hopefully you guys will look back at this channel here on Monday and you guys will be able to take advantage of that. So I'm actually going to release the link and everything on Monday, and then the first mentoring session will be on Wednesday. So hopefully you guys learned a little bit about that. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If this does help you, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you guys are on Facebook, make sure to check out the link to Market Open Trading. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.